This building is going to be on the National Register of Historic Places. And this is my greatest cheerleader, my daughter, who somehow slipped behind me. But I'm sorry. So our heart was right, and your heart was right in supporting us. Our hearts are right. I am incredibly proud of this project. I am incredibly proud that this project was built by a nonprofit organization, that the Boyle Hotel's Cummings Block welcomes everybody at the gateway to the east side. Thank you very much.
Into the 21st century is the fact that it is a public transit-friendly project with its easy access to Mariachi Plaza Gold Line Station. But equally as important as the other points that have made, this $24 million renovation will provide 51 badly needed quality housing units to low-income residents in our community. This project would not have been possible without the support of our councilman, Jose Huizard, and again, the vision and the commitment of Maria and the ELAC staff. So let's give the councilman and the staff and Maria
around and I look at the hotel, I can't think but say that it hasn't looked this good since George Cummings and his wife Maria del Sacramento Lopez first built it about 122 years ago. And sometimes we forget that those Latino names existed in the history of Boyle Heights and this great city. To think that both a Latina woman and a gentleman were involved in creating one of the first hotels here in the city of LA. There's a lot of history here. But I too want to thank ELAC, Maria Cabildo, and all the staff for doing this wonderful work. As the Congresswoman so eloquently said, it was not that easy. When you think about building affordable housing today, that alone is difficult. Given the different funds and pots of money you have to go out and try to find to make ends meet. And then on top of that, you take a project as difficult as this is, as dilapidated as it was, and the political issues involved as well. There are mariachis who lived here and who were demanding better living conditions. And I recall one evening, I was at home and I get a call and my staff calls me and they said, there's about 100 mariachis outside our office. And I said, well, what's going on? They said, well, they're here to talk about the conditions at the Boyle Hotel. And despite all the challenges and obstacles, ELAC produced and repolished this great jewel that we see here today. It not only met a great need in our community, which is affordable housing, but it preserved a beautiful building for future generations. And that is the new Boyle Heights. It's about preserving our past and meeting the needs of our current residents to make sure they have those needs that they would like to see in our community.
A new environmental baseline, a new engagement on our streets, and new benefits for our community. And I think it's important to think about this project as a catalytic project, not only one that preserves our past, celebrates the culture and preserves working class families in Boyle Heights, but also preserves brick and mortar to ensure that we have more beautiful projects across the street at the intersection of 6th Street and Boyle, at the intersection of Whittier and Soto, so that we can get rid of some of the payday lending and some of the more capricious businesses that don't necessarily provide benefit, and open up opportunities for small businesses like along the First Street corridor, with the council member being such an instrumental force on ensuring that we have culturally based institutions that are coming to Boyle Heights and providing opportunities for our community. So I want to celebrate the investors on our project. I want to celebrate our leaders in City Hall, especially our council member that are thinking about the future and trying to balance the critical issues around gentrification, community renewal, and community preservation. Ultimately, ELAC is about community preservation.
All of this is to the community of Boyle Heights, And I said, Maria, we do have to do this, but you're going to have to be a bit crazy. So fortunately, I was a good read of character, and I'm so pleased to see just the perseverance of Maria, of Ernesto, who I had an opportunity to work with on this, and all the rest of the ELAC staff in overcoming every obstacle along the way to produce this beautiful and very important landmark home for residents here in Boyle Heights. So once again, my congratulations, and in my new role at the Housing Authority, I look forward to an expanded relationship with ELAC as we move forward. Thank you.
Hello, I am honored. Okay, I am honored and proud to be here today. I must say that when I was coming up First Street, my heart skipped a beat when I saw this building. It's not the first time, but every time I see it, it's thrilling. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Okay. I'm especially pleased because my sister, Bernae Grayson, is here today to celebrate the rebuilding of our great-grandparents' dream. We're standing on earth that once belonged to our mother's family, the Lopezes, when this was still Mexico, and throughout the 1800s. Nearly 200 years ago, Claudio Lopez, one of the first mayors of the Mexican Pueblo of Los Angeles, lived here when this was Paradon Blanco. In 1850, only 2 years after California became part of the United States, Claudio's great-granddaughter, our great-grandmother, Maria del Sacramento Lopez, was born and raised in a 5-room adobe on a farm just steps away from here. When she married George Cummings, our great-grandfather, her parents gave her 40 acres of land, including this parcel. George Cummings was a 49er who had settled in Paradon Blanco in the late 1850s. He planted over 5,000 fruit trees here. Later, he developed the Mount Pleasant and Cummings tracts right in this neighborhood. In 1889, George and Sacramento built their dream, the Cummings Block and Hotel on her land. This architect designed 4-story brick business block with its turret and cupola was the most prominent building for miles around. It soon became the social center for Boyle Heights. We used to hear stories about our great-grandmother hosting teas here, perhaps in the turret. This distinguished building was the pride of Boyle Heights then, and it is once again a source of pride and will be a community center for the mariachis. There are many individuals who've played a part in saving this building. I see one of them now, Diana Ibarra, president of the Boyle Heights Historical Society. We're all indebted to ELAC directors Maria Cabildo and Evangeline Ordaz Molina. Evangeline, are you here? And all the hardworking staff at ELAC for their vision, courage, and dedication. Who else would have given their all to preserve the historic features of this community icon, to keep it as affordable housing, and to respect the needs of the mariachis? Mariachi Plaza, I dare say, is unlike any other place. Mariachi Plaza is unlike any other place in this country because it's a plaza enriched by the presence and the music of the mariachis and anchored by an architecturally distinguished building, which is a tangible link to our local heritage, a key to awakening and preserving community, memory, and pride. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Catherine. Today, so many East Side children will get to take in the building's grandeur and know that they are worthy of such a place. That beautiful architecture and design are not reserved for the west side of Los Angeles. It is here in Boyle Heights, overlooking Mariachi Plaza. Today, one leg of the Boyle Hotel Cummings Block journey comes to a conclusion, and we begin another. In this next phase of the journey, the people and funders that we acknowledge today are no longer actors. In this next phase, there are children that will walk through the Boyles' front door on their first day of kindergarten, and later, their first day of college. Grandmothers whose children will visit them on weekends and nag them to take them across the street to buy ice cream on the plaza. Families that will live here in this building because they've graduated from ELAC's homebuyer education program and purchased their own home. This next phase is what we have been working towards for all of these years, what ELAC has been working towards since 1995, when Manuel Bernal, Evangeline Ordaz Molina, and I founded this organization. There are now hardworking people finally living in the high-quality housing that everyone should have access to. Thank you for today. I have one final acknowledgement that I need to make, and that is of our councilman, Jose Huizar. I need to tell you that his staff is awesome. Rick Coca, Jennifer, David Miranda, and all the staff that's come before. We wouldn't have been able to make this project happen without him. Councilman Huizar has been responsible for leveraging millions of dollars of investment into Boyle Heights. The Boyle Hotel Cummings Block is just one example of the type of high-quality projects he has been supporting. Just recently, he secured the seed funds for El Mercado del Pueblo, ELAC's Eating Farmers Market, that provides street vendors a safe place to vend. And I hope you'll all join us every Saturday night between 5 to 10 and come and eat some of the most amazing street food in LA. I am proud of what Councilman Huizar has accomplished, and I sincerely thank him for his advocacy and support.